Hello, viewers. Good evening. Welcome to Have Your Say Club presents the Reading Ravens. My name is Bhaskar, and I'm back here again with another interesting episode of Reading Ravens. Hope you all are doing good and keeping yourself healthy. Well, as you know, that in this show we talk about a particular book which one of our club member has read recently or probably in the past. So this week is a bit interesting, a bit more interesting, I would say, because our today's guest is a scholar of ancient Indian scriptures, and he has been reading ancient Indian scriptures for the last 2 decades. He's a blogger, he is a reader of these scriptures, and more than that, he's a spiritual seeker. So we thought of talking to him about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So our today's guest is, I'm sure you would have guessed it by now, Mr. Pranjal Joshi. Hi Pranjal, how are you?
Namaste Bhaskar, how are you? I'm fine.
All good, all good. Thank you so much, Pranjal, for taking time out again with us and sharing the knowledge that you're going to share about Bhagavad Gita. So before we start, let me first tell you, I'm really excited, about this conversation that we are going to have. So the first question that I would start with will be, why Bhagavad Gita? Why Srimad Bhagavad Gita is called as Srimad Bhagavad Gita? What does these three words mean?
Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the name of this great scripture. The word Geet means song. Gita, because
Hmm.
Lord Krishna gave this divine knowledge to his disciple and devotee Arjun in form of a song. So the word Gita comes from there. It is called Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad means it was spoken by Lord Krishna. Bhagavan said it. And Srimad is, we are giving respect to the book. Just like before a person's name, we use words like Shri or Shriman. So before the scripture, we use the word Srimad, like Srimad Bhagavad Puran, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it is an auspicious
Hmm.
form of the Supreme Lord.
Okay, fantastic. So I never knew this, but then that's quite informative for me. And I've multiple places I have seen it is written as it is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. So what does it mean?
The word as it is, I have already described what the word Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what this means.
Hmm.
So when we use the word as it means it is the knowledge, the same knowledge which was given to Arjun by Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The same knowledge is being given to us. Just like if there is a mango tree and there are different branches in a mango tree, and suppose someone sitting at the top of the mango tree plucks a mango and hands it over to the one sitting at the lower branch. He hands it over to the one sitting at lower branch. So we'll get the same mango which was plucked by someone sitting at the top of the tree. Similarly, this divine knowledge, this transcendental knowledge passes on in the disciplic succession or the Guru Shishya Parampara, from the pure devotee to his disciple, from that disciple to his disciple, and so on. So the word as it is here is very significant. So in Hindi, we call it Yatharoop, right? This is the
Hmm.
Hindi edition with me of the same book.
Exactly.
And this is the back cover. And this is the English edition, right? The word here is as it is. And this is the back page. So if you open this book, the entire disciplic succession is mentioned. The names of all the gurus of the acharyas are mentioned. So we
Okay.
are getting pure knowledge. There are many versions of the Bhagavad Gita available, and there are so many people who write their own commentaries and versions of the Bhagavad Gita. They might have ulterior motives. It might be their mental speculation, or it might be their personal view, right? But this particular edition of the Bhagavad Gita is being given to us by a pure devotee of Krishna, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and he has received this knowledge from his spiritual master, and it it is coming down from Sri Krishna himself. So it's not someone's personal view, it's the view of the Lord himself. That is why this word as it is has been used, and it is so highly significant. And thank you so much for asking this question.
It's a pleasure. Pranjal, so Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it's a very lengthy book. The book that you just showed also, how it is written, how it is presented. Like, is it in paragraphs or chapters? How is the formation of the book done?
The Bhagavad Gita is an ancient scripture. It is in Sanskrit language. There are 700 verses. There are
Okay.
18 chapters. This was the creation of Maharshi Ved Vyasji, and this is an ancient scripture which, as I already mentioned, so this is
Right.
the actual original version was in Sanskrit. This is a part of the Mahabharata, in the
Okay.
Bhishma Parv in the Mahabharata. So this
Mhm.
is a part of Bhishma Parv of the Mahabharata.
Okay, so book is basically 18 chapters spread across 700 verses.
Exactly.
Great. Pranjal, as per my understanding, the reason Lord Krishna decided to give this or impart this knowledge to Arjun was because Arjun was not willing to fight his own relatives in the war of Kurukshetra. He was hesitant, you know. So, is this the only reason, this entire uh, thing came up, that Lord Krishna was giving this knowledge to Arjun, or there is something else to it?
This knowledge was given to Arjun by Lord Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It
Yeah.
was around 5,100 years ago.
Hmm.
Arjun, as I already mentioned, is very dear to Krishna. So Lord Krishna has made him an instrument. The Sanskrit word is nimit, to give this divine knowledge to us for our benefit. Arjun was an enlightened person,
Yeah.
so he is being used as an instrument so that we receive this knowledge. And it was not the first time this knowledge was being imparted. Lord Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that the same knowledge which he was giving to Arjun, he gave it to Surya Dev Vivaswan at the beginning of creation. And as time went on, this divine knowledge disappeared or it got lost with the passage of time. So, to re-establish the principles of religion, this knowledge was given to Arjun. Dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So, this knowledge was given to Arjun by Sri Krishna. It was being re-established. It was not being given for the first time. And it is also for us. It is mainly for us to follow this path which leads us to perfection.
So basically, it was uh, the knowledge was imparted at the start. I mean, at the time of the creation of the entire universe, right? And then Lord had to give it again to reestablish, all the aspects. Great. This was actually a piece of information for me because I never knew this. Thanks to you. Uh, which brings me to my next question: that who all were the audience when Lord Krishna was imparting this knowledge to Arjun? Like, because it was a war, and I'm sure there must have been a lot of people in the war. So, was it only Arjun, or there were others also who were party to this particular knowledge of Lord Krishna?
So, this knowledge was given to Arjun by Lord Krishna. And Bhishma Pitamaha, Pitama
Hmm.
Bhishma was a great personality. Dronacharya was another great personality. And Sanjay was narrating it. So, Sanjay, these three personalities, other than Arjun, received this transcendental knowledge as well, other than Arjun, in that particular scenario. And the time froze by the Lord's power, and the other warriors in the battlefield of Kurukshetra had no idea. They were clueless what was going on between two of them. And we are the audience now when we read it, the Bhagavad Gita.
Great. That's fascinating. The whole concept of time getting frozen, that's quite fascinating to me. That's really interesting. I'm actually excited and motivated to pick this book up and read it, actually. Pranjit, you've been reading scriptures for the last 20 years almost, right? Almost 2 decades. Uh, if I have to ask you, and I'm sure you would have read Srimad Bhagavad Gita also multiple times. If I ask you what is the essence of Gita for you, what will be your answer for that?
Essence of the Bhagavad Gita for me or for you or for entire humanity remains the
Hmm.
same, because the essence of the Bhagavad Gita is given in the Bhagavad Gita itself, and the Bhagavad Gita says this is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita.
Hmm.
They mentioned there are 18 chapters in the Bhagavad Gita. So then the 18th chapter, 65th verse or 65th shlok, the
Hmm.
Sanskrit word मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी माम नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि सत्यम ते प्रतिजानी प्रयोसि मे. So Lord Krishna is saying this to Arjuna. The English translation of this Sanskrit verse is as follows: always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So in the next shlok, 18th chapter, 66th verse, this is the final instruction the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna is giving to Arjuna. Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shuchaha. What does this mean? Shri Krishna is telling it to Arjuna. It means abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So these two verses are the essence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Awesome, awesome. Uh, for a person like me who has never read Bhagavad Gita and like who's not very much spiritually inclined, if you have to, tell me that if you read Bhagavad Gita, this is going to be the benefit for you. So, how can I get benefited from reading Bhagavad Gita according to you?
Yeah, that's interesting. So most of the knowledge, most of the information people are getting about Sanatan Dharma or about
Hmm.
Hinduism is via media. They they learn from the newspaper, the news channels, the television programs, and the films, Bollywood. These are the sources of information.
Right.
Until and unless the source of information is pure, we can never get the right knowledge.
True.
So when we read the Bhagavad Gita, we get enlightened. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a manual for us, just like when we buy a watch from the market, we are buying calculators. They come with a manual. What are the do's and don'ts, how to use, how to operate. So the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a manual for the human beings. It teaches
True.
us very purpose, our purpose of existence, our purpose of life. What is my identity? You go around, you can talk to your friends, Bhaskar, you ask them, what is the purpose of your life? Most of the people in the world don't even know their purpose of life. They are just existing. So the Bhagavad Gita teaches us that purpose of life. The fundamental teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, the preliminary teaching of the Bhagavad Gita is, I am soul, not this body. There is a Sanskrit phrase, Aham Brahmasmi, which means I am soul. I am not this body. I am not this mind. So in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, in the 22nd verse, Lord Krishna says, Vasansi jirnani tatha vihaye navani granati naroparaani sharirani vihaye jirna anyani sanyati navani dehi. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, similarly the soul accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. So we can know our own identity by reading the Bhagavad Gita. I give you another reason for reading the Bhagavad Gita. Suppose you have to go from one city to another city, and you go in an auto rickshaw, and it's a bumpy road. You'll have a real tough time. Suppose you go through the same road in a Mercedes Benz, which has first class shock absorbers. You can bear it. The journey is not going to be that painful. We encounter challenges, we face hardships at every step in our life.
Hmm.
Padam padam yat vibdam. There is a danger at every step. We don't know what's going to come up next in our lives. So we must be well prepared. We must be well equipped to face the challenges of life. So Srimad Bhagavad Gita gives us that strength to face these challenges with courage. So when you are coming to know the purpose of life, the purpose of existence, your own true identity, and how to live that life despite facing so many challenges and hardships at every step, what else do you want? So, and there can be many more reasons, but I feel these are the main reasons one should read the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. A lot of viewers who would be watching our video today, uh, they might not be as avid a reader as you are, right? So is there also a shorter version of Gita which is available to start with, just to motivate yourself a bit more, step by step kind of a process?
There are a few options.
Hmm.
As I said, there are 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita and there are 18 chapters. So they can start reading from the forward, preface, introduction. And if you feel it's a big book, you can read a few pages every day. Or you can fix, I'm going to read one shlok every day or one verse every day. Read one verse every day, read a few pages every day. So that will, and there is something special about the Bhagavad Gita. The more you read it, the more you feel like reading it, the more you love reading it. So when you start reading it, it's so amazing that you just go on reading it. And the big book will not appear big. You will love reading it. Another
Mhm.
option is that you can hear so many lectures, so much wisdom on YouTube as well. You can read that. So there are different ways of reading the Bhagavad Gita, and there is an introduction to Bhagavad Gita. There is an English book. In Hindi, it is Gita Sar, that is also available. It's like the concept or the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. So that's another option. And for viewers who are watching this, they can type in their email addresses in the comment section.
Mhm.
And we will email them Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is this book in English.
Okay.
This is the complete edition. And we will also email them the Hindi version, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Yatharu. So that is the Hindi version, complete Hindi version in PDF formats. It will be emailed to them. You just have to type your email address in the comment section. And also in the description of the video, if you want to read it online, we have shared links where you can just click and read it. So that's the best way of starting your day in the early in the morning. When you get up, you just hear the divine message of the Supreme Lord. It's so auspicious, it's so amazing, it's so refreshing.
If you can name a few links, which our viewers can readily go and have a look at.
So one of the link is asitis.com, asitas, asitis.com. Another link is gloriousgita.com. Glorious is glorious.com. And you can just type it on Google and you'll come across these websites.
Mhm.
Gloriousgita.com has different options. So Hindi is one of the languages there. Asitis.com has the Bhagavad Gita only in English. Glorious Gita has in a few languages. So you can go to these websites and
Super. So basically, starting to read Srimad Bhagavad Gita is not as difficult as I was thinking, because I've got links. I can open these links anytime in my mobile phone, and I can, get this knowledge, the divine knowledge, as you always tell me. Right. Pranjal, thank you so much again for sparing time for us and sharing this knowledge with us. I'm sure our viewers would have taken some lessons out of it. I definitely have. And the one biggest lesson that I have today is, if at any point of time I feel clueless in my life, then I know now where to go. I can pick up this book and start reading this book. Uh, Thank you so much, Pranjal, for your time.
last I would like to say reading the
Please.
Bhagavad Gita is like getting personal association of the Lord himself. So as you rightly said just now, whenever you are in dilemma, you can read it, and it's so easy. It's not difficult. So thank you so much for bringing this to our viewers.
Pleasure is all ours. In fact, thank you so much for sparing time. Again, I can't thank you more because you've been really kind. You've been really generous to spare time for us and doing this with us. I'm sure our viewers would like it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pranjal. Viewers, I hope you liked our interaction today. And I'm sure, just like me, you've also drawn a lot of learnings today. If not a lot of, then at least a motivation to pick this book up and start reading bit by bit. I will start doing it from today onwards, that's for sure. But then we will be back again with another edition of Reading Ravens with another Rocking Club member of ours very soon next week. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.